This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Caitlin Bassett, I'd like to welcome you to what we call the podcast.
Excellent.
Yeah, so this is a different version of radio. It's a consumable radio where you can listen to it on your own time with your own rules.
Excellent. And what are those rules?
The rules are just please download it to keep this viable for us. We personally don't make any money from this, but the sales team really like to sell the advertising within this.
Excellent.
Great ads, great products.
So, Caitlin, on the show today, we caught up with the big Pav. He came in for a chat.
Oh, mate, it's always great having Pav in the room. Number one, because he's tall as well, and it just makes me feel comfortable. He gave me a kiss on the cheek. I didn't have to bend down. It was absolutely fantastic.
It's a good day when you have to bend over, isn't it? And that's for everyone.
Oh, and that brings up Pound Town, which we talk about at some stage.
Caitlin should make us stop banging on about Pound Town anyway.
Pound World.
Pound Town. She loves going to Pound Town. Also, we find out what Germans want to take back to Germany from Australia.
We certainly did.
And also, MIchelle Stephenson from Nova News in Sydney. She speaks to us from the memorial site at Bondi Junction about those terrible stabbings over the weekend.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Here we go. We have fun. Exhilarating show, eh? Obviously. You can turn it off or go home.
And Nova 937.
It is 5 minutes past 6. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Natalie's not speaking because the bitch is on holiday still.
She is, for 20 years, she took another week. Nathan, you're all over this. You should be taking another week very shortly as well.
Yeah, I know. Some people have said, I should take an extra week, but I just don't know. When do you do that? You know what I mean? You do that when you're feeling your lowest. But what if you're feeling your lowest all the time?
I don't know. That is a really great point. Long service leave. A lot of people out there just cash it in these days, don't they? Because we're all looking for the extra bucks. But I'm jealous of the people who have, say 3 months off, or they take those 6 months off. They disappear. I'm jealous of that. But how hard would it be to get back into work after that period?
It'd be horrendous to get back into work after that. But the word that I've always I love to hear is sabbatical.
Yes.
The word sabbatical, it means to leave work in my mind. It means to leave work and go find yourself on a hill somewhere speaking to a goat lady. And then you come back and your hair's beaded and you've got a new outlook on life and you wear reefs again.
Of course you do.
Reef sandals. And then of that time you write poetry now, Sean.
Yes, of course you do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a long way from that.
Sabbatical.
I think you're a long way from that as well.
Sabbatical. Look, to fill the Natalie Locke void, we've got someone very special today.
Caitlin Bassett, former West Coast Fever superstar and Australian netball superstar, is going to be joining us. That's going to be awesome.
Sean, I've got a question for you.
Yes, friend.
How do you win the last quarter?
Well, you win the last quarter.
That's right, Sean. The last quarter returns today, which is
I
going to be
love
awesome.
the last quarter.
Yeah, so we've got a big show. We might as well get stuck into it right now, hey?
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Party it up at Live Golf Adelaide with Nova's 100k putt.
Oh, yeah, we've got your money can't buy experience. It's an opportunity of a lifetime to check out Live Golf in Adelaide,
Now,
Nath.
imagine you and a mate partying it up in Adelaide as some of the biggest names in golf take to the course. And we're talking, Joe Dirt's going to be there.
Is he?
Cam Smith.
Well, he's still got the mullet going. Well, all the big names. Dustin Johnson. Who else have we got there? We've got some of the Brooks Koepka, John Rahm, Phil Mickelson, Sergio Garcia. I can only think that there's Rory McIlroy, who is probably not on the list, obviously, because he doesn't play Live Golf. But all the biggest names will be here in golf.
Joe Dirt, he did a tour of his house, and it was just one of those cookie cutter mansions that you buy in America.
In Florida,
you know what I mean? So a cookie cutter mansion, and then it was just I swear there was one of those black fake patent leather couches, and just stuff from Things on the walls.
Okay.
like a live, laugh, hope sign in the kitchen. Stop.
Where's he putting all his money then if he's not buying it on furniture?
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you the other thing about this last year and this year as well. Paul Fisher's going to be playing. So Fisher's going to be DJing on the Waterhole. Nath, have you seen the Waterhole where they go absolutely crazy?
People go mental. Yeah, it's absolutely huge. We're talking flights, accommodation, corporate tickets to the iconic watering hole. Food and beverages included. Plus, one lucky winner is going to get the chance to make a putt to score $100,000. $50,000.
Oh, my God.
No way. The pressure is too much.
No, but you got to be a fluker's chance to win your way there. You got to watch 7 News nightly from 6 p.m. and grab the nightly feature team.
Now, if you've got last night's feature team, register it now at novafm.com.au or the Nova Player app and keep listening to us to see if you're a winner, because on Friday we're going to be drawing out the winner for this.
All right, Live Golf Adelaide returns April 26 to 28 with world-class golf fan, village fun and headline music acts. Tickets at livegolf.com.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I can put you in.
Next time you fly, it could be in first class. Choose one of 3 first-class trips around the world with your best mate and $50,000 to spend.
Nova's first class 50k and 50k.
That's right, everybody. You pick the destination, you pick a mate, you spend the $50,000.
And, of course, you only have to get on air with us any time, or you can register via the Nova app. But High Five Clive has given us a call from Alexander Heights. G'day, Clive.
Hello, boys. How you doing?
Oh, good, Clive. 2 weeks away we've been. We've missed you. So what have we missed out in your life, Clive? Has anything happened in the last 2 weeks of note?
I've been on school holidays with the kids, so that wasn't too shabby. That was all right.
What's the highlight? Where were you, Clive?
I only got down to Mandurah, so New York, London or Paris would be a bit better than that.
Would have thought so, but there's no Blue Manors in Paris. I've looked.
Yeah, and Giants. We went and had a look at the Giants. That was all right. The kids enjoyed that.
Okay, because I've always thought, do I want to go... Over the break, I did think that. Do I want to go and see the Giants? And I thought, well, because we're the laziest tourists ever, we'd just go there and go, that was just something big in the bush. Was it impressive when you were there or not?
They were. I've got a young fella, and he was all keen to do it, and they stamped his passport at the tourist office with the last one to go and see, like the 6th one. And I said to him, don't worry now, because that's like right down Lake Clifton or whatever.
Yeah.
Oops, give it away. And, we just don't have the time. And he said, no, that'll be cheating. We've got to do it. So I said, oh, okay. So 2 hours later, we had a 5-minute walk. 5 minutes for the giant in the bush,
Clive, you're too good of a dad. You could have shut that down.
No, you got to cut that good dad stuff out.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Clive. Good luck, buddy. Belle is in Duncraig. Hello, Belle.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning,
mate.
Belle.
All right.
Nathan's been asking what was your highlight over the last couple of weeks?
The last couple of weeks, mum life working. Nothing really exciting, unfortunately.
No, you got to find something.
Yeah.
You've got to find something. Was it a meal? I don't know, with the kids leaving you alone.
I've got one for you, Belle.
I went for a country drive out to Narrabeen yesterday. That was a really lovely drive.
You went for a lovely drive out to Narrabeen.
Yeah.
So is that in the wheat belt then?
It is, yeah.
How far is that, Belle? And
It's about 3.5 hours. How's that for a highlight?
but what were you doing?
Sorry, wait there, sorry.
I know.
Have you hit the age where you're just going for a nice drive?
I'm almost there, which is why I need this trip, okay?
No way. So you just drove out there. What were you doing? You had something to do out there?
Sean, can I say?
I drove a car out there for my husband for our business.
Righto.
Okay, Belle, because my mum the other day said, hey, do you want to go for a drive out to Yanchep? Yeah, no, why? And she goes, I just heard it's nice out there. And I went, anyway, well, Belle, that's nice. I like that. I hope you get to go on a nice drive to Paris or something. Beth is in Rossmoyne. Hello, Beth.
Hello, how
Hi,
are
Beth.
you?
Oh,
We're
we're
good,
wonderful,
mate.
Beth.
Hi, Beth. We're catching up on what you've been doing in the last 2 weeks. What's the best thing? Is there anything exciting?
What I've been doing the past 2 weeks?
Yeah, your highlight.
Yeah, your highlight of the last 2 weeks. We haven't spoken to any of you.
Probably booking my Europe trip.
Oh, that is highlighted. Well, you can win one for free, obviously. Paris, London, or New York.
What's on the trip that you've booked?
I'm going to Greece to do Mykonos, Santorini, all that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to Croatia, and I'm also seeing some family because I'm from there and haven't been back there in ages.
Oh, my God. Are you going over the summer season?
Yes, I am.
You're going to get loose as a
No.
goose.
How much white linen are you planning on packing? Because you need to wear that in Mykonos.
Look, I've got a few. I've been shopping, but the bank account isn't really upholding the expenses.
Yeah, well, get to work, mate. You've got a big trip to pay for, unless you win this one for free.
All right. Well, good luck, Beth. And let's finish off with Danny in Stirling. Hi, Danny.
Hi, how
Hi,
you
Morning,
doing?
Danny.
Good, Danny. You know what we want. We want to know something of note that is your news from the last 2 weeks that we might have missed.
Okay. Well, I literally just booked to go to America yesterday.
Whoa.
A lot of people doing these overseas trips. So we've got your chance to go to New York as one of our first class 50K opportunities. Yeah. Where did you book?
Yeah, we're going straight to New York.
Straight to New York, right into the guts of it.
New York.
Yeah.
Right.
So do you need to be in this competition then? Because you're already...
I literally do, Sean, because I have booked premium economy for myself and my husband, and my children are in economy.
Which is how it should
That's
be.
good.
And
Separation.
they're not happy at all. Yeah, they're not happy. So I'm thinking we can go first class and they can go to premium economy, and then everybody's happy.
No, you leave them in. You go to
Yeah, I
first
get
class.
what
You
you're saying.
leave them in economy. No.
They've got
Children.
experience
This is
coming.
the thing. You know what it is? Premium economy. It's all about space.
Mm-hmm.
Children are small. You don't need the extra space.
No, I've got 3 teenagers. They're all grown humans. Yeah, no, they're all big and they're all spewing. Yeah, but
they've got to be. We've all experienced down the back end where the live chickens are. You've got to go through that period of your life. You can't just go straight at the top.
Look, I'm going to cross my fingers for you as long as you keep your kids in economy, okay?
Okay, deal.
All right, Danny, thank you so much, everyone. All those 4 people just spoke to, in with a shot at Nova's first class and 50K. Remember, to get involved with this, you can just register via the Nova player or come on air with us anytime.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Natalie's still on break for another week, but don't worry, Sean, we have got someone to fill her shoes.
Well, of course, former West Coast Fever superstar that we acknowledge, of course, and of course, Australian Diamonds champion, Caitlin Bassett. She's a real journalist, by the way, joining us.
Hello, Caitlin Bassett. How are you?
Good morning. I note that you didn't put in former Casanova in there. That is part of my job title and a true part of my identity.
Believe me, the Casanova-ing part, we've just been going over a little down, trip down memory lane, some of the stuff. Why don't you explain some of the highlights for you?
So I was Casanova, I want to say 2010, when you first came on board, Shawnee, and we did great things like we had the live cow at the shed.
Remember that?
We took the cow to the shed.
It was Cow Pat Bingo, where we had a cow and then there was grids on the ground and then we were waiting to see which square the cow would poo in and then the person would win. And the cow wasn't pooing all night.
No, we had to give it diuretics.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So then that was one.
We had that. We had the bus where we drove the bus around and visited all the great sausage roll places in WA. That was great as well. We gave away the ruckus. There was just so much stuff.
But what about one of your favourite things? So, Sean, one of the first team building things that we've done here as you, as an AFL footballer, you've come here and Caitlin was one of your first as well.
So my first Christmas party for Nova, we got told we're going to have a fancy lunch across the road, so we all go over there. And then in walks this lady who then proceeds to get naked, and we had to draw her. Do you remember?
Oh, my God. She was spring-loaded. I remember that.
Can I just tell you, right, the people that are generally the people that are paid to be life models are usually the people that you don't want to pay to take their clothes off. And this woman, she was just very natural with her body.
I didn't know where to look.
She didn't do any Jim's mowing, and she had dyed it. I think it was bright red or bright purple.
The curtains did not match the drapes.
They did not. And then Sean, she walked straight in and looked at everyone and just faced you.
I didn't know what to do. But what have I got, mate? What am I doing here?
Oh, anyway.
Great names. But anyways, the Casanovas have gone on to do some pretty amazing things. Like, I worked with Joel Creasy. I had Janine Booth with me.
Talk about Janine Booth.
Oh, well, so she went over to America and did culinary school and then ended up with a chef and now owns a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, Claire Hooper as well.
Yeah,
Claire Hooper. Unbelievable. Yep. But we're still here. And Caitlin's going to be here all morning.
Oh, great.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We were all shocked. Australia, the world is shocked what happened over the weekend at Bondi Junction. That stabbing should never have taken place, and we're all just trying to wrap our minds around it. MIchelle Stephenson from Nova News in Sydney is down at the memorial right now. Hello, MIchelle.
Hi, how are we doing?
Oh, MIchelle, it's so much closer and more real for you guys in Sydney, but I have to tell you, it feels just as real here in Perth. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I am a Bondi resident, so you'd be hard-pressed for me to even everyone I know has been touched by this in some way. My young son, my 11-year-old son, was at a friend's birthday party just at the VR on level 6, not far from where it all transpired. He managed to leave just 10 minutes before everything had happened. There was a moment of where briefly we did not know where he was, but because we were hearing reports that it was a mass shooting. As you know, things are quite hectic when it's all happening, but we were able to track him down. But I also, I have another friend, his daughter was working at Lululemon. She's 16. She had to leave and step over bodies. It was it's just tragic. There's a lot of kids who are really feeling this. This is deeply felt in the community. I'm just standing here at the makeshift memorial. It's growing. Flowers are just building. It's kind of reminiscent of 10 years ago when we had the Lint Cafe siege as well. Sydney's really kind of waking up to a different world. There's a large police presence still here. It's no longer a crime scene. It's been handed back over to Westfield. We have no clue on when they're going to reopen. It might be a couple of days yet. But, there's just a lot of questions at the moment as to how this happened.
Michelle, I've seen a lot of flowers being laid and wreaths being put out, which is amazing. The community's coming together in such a big manner, and probably you'd say it's just a fantastic representation of Australians getting behind Australians. But can I ask you from a personal level, how many times have you played the what if game when you're talking about your son being at that party?
I was... My Saturday night was really, and I'm going to try not to cry about it because it is that what if. And because I wasn't with him, he was with friends. He didn't have his parents with him, and I think that is almost what is hard for me to get my head around, that I wouldn't be there to protect him. And I think a lot of parents are really feeling that their children were working. They've all got part-time jobs working in the mall. Like a lot of friends, children, they hang out at the mall. This is where the kids go. It's the start of school holidays. They were celebrating, and they're forced to hide in stairwells because they thought there was an active shooter. This is something that's going to resonate a lot with the community. I know my son's school has sent out emails saying we have people on standby if they need to talk. So the support is there, but it's really something that no one could ever fathom.
Michelle, does it kind of feel like this is something that couldn't have been mitigated? Like, this is someone who has some mental health issues. He didn't have a gun; he had a knife. It was silent. He was, obviously killing people. If you hear gunshots, everyone kind of drops and goes for cover. But this was lethal in the fact that people didn't realise what was going on. Like, how do you fathom stopping this happening again in the future?
I mean, I think this is kind of what happens with these lone kind of wolf attacks. Like, you cannot stop this. This is something that hopefully is not going to transpire very often. But, I think we are going to have a look at what systems need to be put into place. I know mental health is a key issue, and when the dust settles on this, we will be looking at kind of what went wrong. I know the New South Wales Police are heading up to Queensland to talk to his family because he had mental health issues from the age of 17, and just devastating for them as well. They had to put out that statement saying we hold no ill will towards the police officer who shot our son. So look, no one's a winner here, but I am very thankful that we live in a country where guns are not so easily
imagine
accessible.
how different it would have been. Imagine that.
It would have been so different.
I was reading a lot of social media posts from mothers as well saying this is so shocking to them, and it hits home for them because a lot of new mothers, they will go to a shopping centre to experience community. My producer Amy, she was saying the same thing when she was pregnant. She would go down to the shopping centre and you'd see other mothers there, and you feel safe. And just the trauma that's going to be connected to that, not only for the people that were down at Bondi Junction, but for anybody that goes to a shopping centre and feels safe. It just
absolutely.
is a new world.
It is definitely a new world, and we tragically lost that young mum, Ash, who was a real big part real big part of the Bondi community, and she had to hand her 9-year-old over to strangers to say help her, and she's still in intensive care. The young bub is one of 5 still in intensive care. There's 8 still in hospital all up. So prayers and well wishes to them, that hoping that they'll have a speedy recovery as well. So we're not quite out of the woods with everything, but I think there's going to be a lot of questions.
Michelle, there's been a lot of people that we're able to hear their stories about how they helped out, and obviously in particular the police officer that was involved in her professionalism.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what it would take for someone to run towards danger is kind of unfathomable. She's the real hero here. And then, after she did she was forced to really fire. Yeah. She had to take action, and then she's trying to render assistance to him to make sure she could save his life. And then when that proved futile, she was turning her mind to, other victims and helping them out. So look, that police officer, a real hero in so many people's eyes, but I think this is going to take a while for everyone to kind of get their heads around. We're all in shock. I know with my community, we had a telephone tree. We were checking to make sure everyone was safe. And that's kind of what happens in these instances. The community really comes together.
It's unbelievable. I was reading about how people are feeling traumatised. They can now go back and get their cars from 4 p.m. yesterday.
Yes.
They can go back and get their cars, but a lot of people are too traumatised to go back to the shopping centre, so they've been asked to contact police, and the police will go and pick up their car and then take that home for them. The echoes of this is going to be felt for a very long time. We want to say our thoughts and prayers are for everybody involved, but also just the people in Sydney as well, including you and your loved ones. Michelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Caitlin Bassett, legend of the netball world, is joining us, and also she's a journalist.
Just adding some extra height to the studio, us tall people got to stick together.
Yeah, does that bring up my level though?
Yeah, look, you've got to wear heels tomorrow, please.
Oh, yes, please.
So you're a journalist now?
I am. I'm working for the West as a sports journalist. When I was playing netball, alongside working here, I started working in doing broadcast and journalism at ECU down the road. So 11 years later, when I finally finished my netball career, I got the piece of paper with my name on it. And now that I need to be a big girl and work like a big girl, I got a job working back here in Perth, which is great.
I saw Caitlin at the footy a couple of weeks ago, actually, and she's busy into it, getting ready. She's writing a story. It was at the West Coast Eagles' first home game of the season.
It was. That was just me making notes about who I thought was the best looking out there. No. Ranking players from 1 to whatever.
Well, then I would actually read that article. So that's brilliant.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hey, Caitlin, a couple of weeks ago, I had some visitors from Germany who stayed with us for 3 weeks. Yes. We were trying to bring out all the German words, but,
Dankeschön, is that German?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, absolutely.
Auf Wiedersehen.
That's goodbye, isn't it?
Heidi Collins said it on Project Runway. Sure, it's got a fair to say. I didn't know what she was saying. I'm just saying it phonetically. I don't even know if I'm making sense.
No. Anyway, I
think it must be goodbye, because that when someone gets eliminated, she goes, I fair to say. I fair to say? Yeah, I don't know.
So when they were staying at our house, first of all, I brought this up to Nathan before. Our family puts on its best behaviour. When I say our family, my wife goes into this, just into this level that we're always like this, and everything's clean and tidy. Well, it is clean and tidy, but we sit down and have dinner together as a family all the time.
You use knives and forks, and you sit on the dinner table, not in front of the TV.
And someone does something, has put their elbow on the table, and Megan will be like, oh no, get your elbow off the table. Like, are you kidding me? I was like eating off the floor yesterday.
No one beats each other, in front of each other.
On.
But the interesting thing was when the Germans were about to leave WA, they went on a mad shopping spree, and the number one thing that they picked up was TimTams.
Oh yeah, people. But why are they? I understand it. A TimTam's great, no worries.
But you wouldn't go to this personally.
I don't understand the big thing about TimTams.
I don't mind a Tim Tam.
No, but everyone doesn't mind a Tim Tam.
I mean, if I'm travelling, I'm generally piling my bag with things like shoes and clothes and things like that. So unless they were doing a mad load of shopping here, I understand why they would want to take Tim Tams home.
So wait, why? So how many packets?
28 packets of TimTams that they bought on this particular one day. They had a few more that they were having in a
Were they
backpack.
just
So this
all
is
the
a
same?
whole suitcase.
Just the originals, or are
How's
they
this?
getting
No,
the caramels?
they started
and
with the caramel, and most of the first probably 20 were caramel.
Yeah.
And then they got onto the original ones.
There's the double thicks.
Yeah, so they had a whole suitcase, 28 packets of TimTams in that one, just to take home, because apparently over in Germany, all their friends said, you go in Australia, you just need to bring home TimTams.
Yeah, right. Do you reckon they're selling them on the black market to their friends?
I
They're
hope
going to
so.
make
They're like
that's
drug dealers.
$28,000 in their shopping. in their
like
bag.
drug dealers. I can't think of anything that I'd go to another country for and bring back all the... Nah.
No?
I would like to, there's nothing that I have gone overseas and gone, that is so amazing, and I buy 100 of it to bring back here. I have not found that thing. So other countries must have their version of TimTams.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Something that everyone, you need to bring it back.
So my brother lives in Canada, and every time we go to visit him or when we send care packages home, we have to send him Starburst, which we can't do anymore because they don't make.
Yes.
And chicken salt. So that's something that he doesn't...
Salt.
They don't have over there in Canada, and he just froths on it. So chicken salt.
Chicken salt?
Yeah, they don't have it. And the thing is, people over there, when they taste it as well, they don't get what it is. But yet we've grown up with it, that I don't get how they don't get what it is. You know what I mean? Because there's always been...
Yeah.
I remember the height of fanciness was getting chippy salt put on my chips. I remember the first time I found out you could buy it and have it at home, was my mind was blown away. It was like, how is that possible?
You love a seasoning.
I know. So do you want to find out these bulk buying people?
Yeah. Have you been overseas? You've been to a place and you've gone, yeah, I'm taking them all back.
Right.
28 packets of TimTams.
All right. Doesn't just have to be food as well. If you found something that's overseas on your travels, maybe you go somewhere a lot and you can't get it here in Australia, or many people here want you to bring it back for them, let us know what that is, because we might want you to get us some too. I do remember, there was one thing, right? Yeah. And I went to LA for telethon many years ago, and I'd never been to the Americas, nor had I had many American treats. And while I was over there, it happened at the airport on the way home, because I decided that I was going to get something to eat and I needed something sweet, and I saw Butterfingers, and I never knew, and I'd heard about Butterfingers on the TV. So on American shows.
Yeah.
So while I was there, I just quickly had a bite of this Butterfinger, and that blew. You've had a Butterfinger, haven't you?
I haven't had a Butterfinger. No.
It tastes very bad for you, but it's just there's something, so it just melts in your mouth. It's sort of like a peanut buttery sort of situation. And I bought about 30 of them, and then put them in my bag to bring back.
So back in the day when we used to travel to the UK to play, we used to get given a food allowance.
Yes.
So here's, £20 for you to use. And a lot of us were quite sneaky, and we just go down to Pound World and buy up some snacks.
Pound World?
Pound World, yeah, I know. Pound World, yeah. So
I went to a nightclub like that in London.
Pound World's amazing.
So I would spend my £20 at Pound World on the aero balls, and I would bring them home with me. So that was something that I would bring home.
Pound World. I could not even with that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Jess in Byford. Hello, Jess.
Hi, Nathan. How are you?
Good,
Hi.
Jess.
Hey, Jess.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Jess. So, overseas there is something that is so amazing to people in your life, you have to bring a lot of it back. What is that thing?
Marmite from the UK.
Who wants that?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a cheap version of Vegemite. Is it their version of Vegemite?
I think so, because my auntie loves it. So they grew up in the UK, and anytime anyone's over on a trip, it's a staple that's brought back, or any product that's got Marmite, and everything has an equivalent to over here. So there's even a Facebook group on all things Marmite as well.
Sorry, so I don't think I've really ever tasted, because there's Marmite, Promite, and Vegemite, right? So Marmite, one's an angry Vegemite. It's like an aggressive Vegemite. Is that Marmite?
I'm not too sure. So I'm split. So I was born here in Australia, and I can eat both, and I can tell the difference. But I'm a Vegemite girl, whereas the rest of my family is all Marmite, and my auntie has it Like, it's her staple breakfast every day.
Think about what you just said, Nathan. An aggressive version of Veg. Vegemite is aggressive at the best of times.
I was about to say, what do you mean by aggressive?
And I agree with you.
Well, no, so Vegemite is aggressive, right? So whenever you taste, and that's why the Americans, their heads get blown off there because no one tells them the rules.
Whoa!
I was like, just like a small scraping. But like, there is one that is like Vegemite that's just like, you open the jar and it's just punching you in the face, swinging at your head. That's
just
one there, I wonder. Yes, it's yeasty goodness. And that's it. It's just yeast extract. We're disgusting. Thanks, Jess. Michelle's in Midland. Hey, Michelle.
How you going?
Hey, Michelle. All right, so where in the world are we travelling first?
Well, just to Bali, like the rest of WA.
Very exotic.
Yeah. Watch out for the dengue fever at their moment, everybody. Watch out for the mosquitoes. All right, so we're in Bali.
Yeah.
What are you bringing back?
I bring back little cubes, like little blocks of satay mix.
Like,
so
they're frozen?
What?
No?
No, they're fresh. They're just like
stock cubes?
suction seals. Yeah, but bigger, probably about double the size.
So,
and they're so satay cubes. So you can. So I guess you make your own satay sticks and whatever else you're doing.
Did you say satay? It's satay.
Satay.
I'm from Willetton, man.
You can actually use it as, like, you do your chicken satay sticks, and then you can just dissolve the little cube and use that as your satay. Or it's amazing in a stir fry. You just chuck in a cube and you've got this amazing Bali dish.
What brand is this stuff?
Oh, there's different brands. And you know what? I'm thinking of that as I was waiting, and I thought, I can't remember the brand, but there's one in particular that's amazing. And it's just all your natural herbs and spices into a little cube.
And you can't buy it in Australia. It can only be bought in Indonesia.
I haven't been able to find it here, so I'm straight off to Bintang supermarket every time I go there.
And how
many?
One
on Seminyak Road.
Yeah.
That's the one. And you can just buy a suction seal bag of half a dozen or a dozen. They're amazing.
And how many do you bring back with you?
I bring back about 6 to 8 packs, and they've all got about 12 in them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's the Australian equivalent? How much does it cost in the Aussie dollar?
Oh, the pack's about $3.
Okay, and is this a declaring thing? I watch a lot of border security with mum and dad is all, and I see a lot of people coming back with like half a dozen, like half a kilo of monkey head or whatever in their suitcase. So will you declare this?
Yeah, you probably should. No, I do declare it just in case, but they always look at the packaging and go, "You're fine."
Yeah, it's all sealed up.
You don't have to hide it on your body. It's fine.
Doesn't it blow you away, this border security?
Every time.
Why do you need to come over here with all that food?
I
we
don't
have
get
food
it.
over here, and like, I love Aussie food. I don't travel with it to another country.
No, you don't take a suitcase full.
A suitcase full. And where are your clothes? All you've got in there is various necks. Anyway,
feet, chicken feet.
Oh, it's so insane.
That's so true.
Thanks, Michelle. Cassie's in Wandy. Hey, Cassie.
Hi, how you going?
Good, Cassie.
All right, so where in the world are we talking?
I'm actually talking about taking things somewhere else from Australia.
Okay, where are we going?
So, to Sweden,
Okay.
where my sister lives.
Yeah.
So she's been there almost 21 years, and I've only been there 3 times. So the last time was last year.
Yeah.
And I took over about 6 bottles of Ice Magic.
Oh, my God.
A variety of flavours, or
Ice
just the one
Magic.
type? Or?
Just plain old choc flavour
no,
Ice
choc
Magic.
mint is the best.
No, not. I prefer choc mint, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
And pawpaw ointment, the big red tub of pawpaw ointment. I took 2 over.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
Ice
pawpaw,
Magic.
That pawpaw
Okay.
ointment, to me, that fixes everything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's amazing. You know,
She calls it the miracle cream.
but
She
the
uses it for everything.
were you an Ice Magic family? Were you?
We were, yes. Yeah.
Does she know that she can make that at home? There's a homemade version.
What do
It's
you
literally
mean?
melted chocolate and coconut oil.
And coconut oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made it before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she
that's
does
what
know that.
hardens
But,
it.
That's what hardens it when it hits the ice cream.
Because that stuff's amazing.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if you were like, needing to get away to from someone on a motorbike and you didn't have a helmet, you just pour that stuff on your head. and it gets
houses,
It's unbelievable.
That was like, I remember occasionally it would be in our house, and I would just think, this is the moment. We've made it as a family. We've got Ice Magic.
Well, because it was Harry Potter stuff. It was actually magic.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Ali, when you hear people talk about, oh, it's a beautiful day to have a drink, how does that make you feel being a pregnant woman?
I've been sniffing people's drinks, so just give me a sniff, give me a whiff, and if it's the red wine, I'm like, oh, that smells fruity, oaky. Like, I am all of a sudden a wine connoisseur, having not been able to drink anything.
Oh, that's right, because your power of smell is gone insane.
Do you know what? You can get a drink bottle. It's called Scent, and it's actually water, and it's got a little pod that you put on top. And when you drink it, it tricks your body in what it tastes like. And you can get whiskey flavored. You can get alcohol.
What?
So it's actually drinking water, but your body thinks it's alcohol. I reckon you should give that a go.
Can you not get the same thing, like you're eating Carl, but you're sniffing chicken, like sniffing KFC?
That's right. How skinny would we all be?
I just ram a couple of passing nose up your nose.
Up your nose.
Up your nose.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Last quarter. Sensational play.
Let's hear it for the Purple Army from the Bankwest Best Seats in the House.
That's right, everyone. It's time for a round of last quarter where 5 people enter, 1 person leaves victorious. 4 questions, 4 quarters, 1 winner.
Well, Caitlin's up and about for this because how do you win the last quarter, Caitlin?
Well, apparently it's by winning the last quarter, I've just learned.
Oh, Caitlin, 1,000%. Yes! Woo! All right, the first person, Sean, we've got...
is Jeremy from Hammond Park. Jeremy, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, good, Jeremy. Up for grabs 2 premium Bankwest Best Seats of the Derby, which includes food and drink. You'll be treated like a star. You are the first person up. You're right at the start of the journey, Caitlin. You thought this might be a bit difficult for the person.
I think this is a challenging position to start off with. You have to have a really good spread of knowledge.
Well,
so good luck to you.
Talking about a good spread of knowledge, let me welcome to the show my friend Claire. Hello, Claire.
Yeah.
Hello, Claire.
Hello.
Hello.
So, Claire, you've got an opportunity to be able to take home this prize, which is to go and see the Derby this weekend. Standing in your way at this point in time is Jeremy, though.
All right, guys. So, no. I know Jeremy doesn't want you to win. It's disgusting. We've got a question for you guys. So let's test your buzzers first. Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Claire.
Claire.
All right. First quarter question, Sean.
Here it is. Yesterday, how many points did the West Coast Eagles beat Richmond by?
Yes, Jeremy.
39.
Correct.
39
Goodbye,
points.
Claire. Jeremy, you are still in with the shot. All right, you are competing against Rebecca from Warwick next. Hello, Beck.
Hi.
Hey, Beck. Jeremy just took out the first quarter. Unbelievable stuff. Were you there? Did you hear it? What do you think?
I didn't hear. I took my radio right down because I was scared.
Because you were scared, that's why. All right. We need to test your buzzer, Rebecca. Yep, just say your name, Rebecca. That's your buzzer.
Oh, sorry, Rebecca.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
All right, Caitlin.
Well, that was good.
I'm really hoping for big things for you, Rebecca. Look, a common phrase meaning to confuse an issue is to muddy the what?
Jeremy.
Waters?
Yes, Jeremy.
Waters.
Yes.
Oh, Rebecca, I love you already.
Rebecca, you must call him with your name. But that's okay. Go, have another go tomorrow. Next up, Abigail from Boulderside. Hello, Abigail.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Abigail.
Hi,
This is
Abigail.
now the third quarter. Jeremy is killing it. Jeremy, you're amazing. Well done, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
All right. So, Abigail, we're going to have to get you to test your buzzer as well, which is your name. Can you please test your buzzer?
Abigail.
Okay, perfect. Round 3.
Beautiful.
All right. For a sponsor's promotion in 1995, Geelong player Gary Hocking legally changed his name to which popular cat food brand starting with W?
Abigail.
Jeremy.
Abigail?
Whiskers.
Oh, Gary Hocking! Whiskers! He was getting around as Whiskers. It was changed everywhere, even in the footy budget.
God, goodbye, Jeremy. Abigail, well done. Oh, wow. All right, Abigail, 1 more quarter to go, and you are going against Jay from Kalamunda. Hey, Jay.
Morning.
Oh, Jay.
Jay, well, as you know, to win the last quarter, all you need to do is win the last quarter. So you're up against Abigail. How are you feeling?
Yeah, a bit nervous.
Huh? Don't be nervous. You just get the job done, all right?
All right.
We're going to have to get you to test your buzzer, Jay, please.
Win the last quarter.
No, your buzzer is your name, Jay.
Jay. Good stuff, Jay.
Can you ask that question again? That was hilarious. All right.
All right.
Caitlin will ask the
no
last quarter.
pressure. On Sunday, the first competitor to leave voluntarily on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here was the star of which American sitcom?
Abigail.
Abigail?
I'm going to guess The Office.
No. Which means that Jay has won the last quarter.
Abigail's kicked one out in the full. And Jay has taken over the prize, mate.
Jay, look at everything that you just did without being muching at all. Well done.
Absolutely nothing. Amazing.
I know. You've won 2 premium Bankwest best seats to the Derby this Saturday.
Awesome, thank you.
No worries. Premium seating, food and drinks included. Not bad.
Didn't answer a question. Pretty much didn't know what she was doing.
And that's what this show is all about, rewarding.
That's how you win
no
the last
effort.
quarter, doing nothing.
It is exactly how you win the last quarter. All right, last quarter is going to be back tomorrow, everybody.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We've got Caitlin Bassett in here, and she's been filling in for Nat. Nat's going to be back at the end of the start of next week.
Yeah.
But we're talking about how you being a journalist now, Caitlin. It's very interesting to me. And tomorrow, you have to file a story. Yes?
Yeah, I write a weekly opinion for the Nightly, and so it's like, oh, what am I going to write about this week?
Yeah.
And I thought I would, mind some.
So, what does the opinion have to be about? Opinion about anything?
Yeah.
Like what? About anything?
Well, sports related. Something that I could have an opinion on, given my insights as an ex-elite athlete.
Well, my opinion, so you would like my opinion on cricket, and this has been long-standing, is it a sport if a bird can stand next to you?
Well, that happens in golf, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Okay, yes.
I have an issue with golf being an Olympic sport, and I know most people are going to be like,
why is that?
I just don't think it's the highest honour that can be achieved in sport, and that's what the Olympics is to me.
Oh, you're right, because
I
then
thought
as
the same
well,
with tennis,
it's the same with tennis. I agree with tennis as well.
Yeah, because as well, if the person that wins gold in the Olympic, what does their caddy get? Do they get a gold as caddy? Because it's the only game that there's someone there is helping,
and you're not getting a prize pool for winning gold at the Olympics.
No, you're right. You're right. It should be taken out of the Olympics, and all golfers are rubbish. You're right. What you just said then. I don't agree. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. But
he doesn't.
It's your opinion. And that's what you read.
I'll write about that then. Yeah.
Yes.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.